This is a road test video for a Volvo V70 LR06NZK. The mileage at the start of this brief road test is 63,542 miles. So the reason we do the road test is just to give a bit of confidence to people who may be looking to come to us from, whether it be sort of just down the road or across Europe, as we're getting lots of our customers from now. So you can actually see the car in operation prior to coming to us. This road test is done on the roads just outside work, so it should be more than representative of what you should feel yourself. I always start with the engine on the car. Engine, in this particular case, that's a great unit, and it's a lovely smooth diesel. It starts absolutely first turn of the key, makes no strange noises from cold, hot or otherwise, pulls like an absolute train, it really does. It's a lovely gutsy unit. It's got, it's just got a nice deep bass soundtrack to it, and it's matched really well to the gearbox. The gearbox itself changes gear really smoothly. It's got a nice quality of shift. The whole thing kind of sort of comes together really nicely. Actually, it's a very nice drive. Always had a bit of a soft spot for these cars. Looking at the dashboard itself, there's no warning lights on the dashboard, relating to the engine or anything else, for that matter. Gear lever, obviously put it to the left here. I can do manual gear changes if I want to, and that's all working absolutely perfectly. Just back into drive, so it's quite a nice feature. So if you are overtaking something and you want to hold it in gear, then you can do so. Whereas an automatic, unfortunately, unlike us, hasn't got eyes. It can't detect whether what you're trying to do. And so sometimes when you're overtaking past a car, they have a horrible habit of changing up gear just when you don't want them to. But it's so you can obviously hold it in the gear there. Driving along, track's absolutely bullet straight. There's no vibrations coming back through the steering wheel at all. Suspension likewise on these. I deliberately picked these roads because they're quite bumpy around here on this side, and if a car feels kind of its age or feels a bit loose underneath, then you get to know it on these roads. This car, they've always been a very comfortable car. It's got a kind of a nice softness to its ride, but it still maintains a good degree of precision when with the steering. It's quite a nice combination actually, but it all feels really tight and taut underneath. There's no knocks or bangs or anything coming from under the car, which suggests that things like kind of suspension drop links and struts and goodness knows what else under there. It's all nice and tight. Just going to give the brakes a bit of a jab in a second, hold on to something, make sure it doesn't go flying forwards. Bear with me in a second. Really good brake pedal, that's good. No vibrations coming back through the brakes, no pulsing back through the brake pedal either. Obviously with an automatic, the brakes are taking a lot more strain, so brake warp or distortion, not easy to say, is relatively common on automatic cars where brakes haven't been changed or attended to. As I drive along, I'm also listening out for kind of wind noises inside the vehicle that it shouldn't really be there. So we've got a damaged door seal or windscreen or something like that, but all very quiet and hushed in here. So, it's a very refined car actually. Looking inside the vehicle, all in really nice order in here. It's not a new car quite clearly, but they do build them very well indeed. Dashboards, I've got to be brutally honest with you, perhaps I'm just an old dinosaur, but I don't like the new ones. I think this styling was really nice inside the car. It's angled towards you, very well built. All the major controls are in very nice order there as well, but it's all nice and simple to use. There's no unnecessary technology. there's too much of that in modern cars. You end up driving with it, you know, it's a bit like playing with your iPhone most of the time. But this is just good old school, but it's very, very stylishly done. But it's really, really nicely finished in here. Only minor signs of wear inside the car, which you're going to get on any vehicle with, you know, the age mileage of the vehicle itself. Look in the dashboard, again, classic Volvo design, big dominating dials with your rev counter and speedo, all gauges working absolutely perfectly. Temperature gauge is halfway up the gauge, which is where it wants to be on one of these cars. But you know, all the pixelation for all the readouts, absolutely spot on. It really is. And this is quite a, as I'm driving down this road here, so quite a challenging little road actually. It's got sort of yumps and bumps and twists and turns, which ordinarily, you know, a big estate car might sort of struggle to cope with a little bit, but it does drive very, very nicely indeed. You know, it's certainly not a sports car, but it's not something that's going to, you know, kind of get lost in the corners where you get that with a lot of cars that feel soft. They just loll up about. But this is a very, very pleasant car to drive, I've got to be honest with you. Obviously it's a relatively short test drive and video, but it's you know, we just want you to see the car. I mean, clearly if I've missed anything on the test drive that, you know, you want us to check out, then please don't hesitate. You know, do give us a call, and we'll happily have a kind of look at any kind of individual items for you. But based on, you know, what I've driven of the car now and actually previously in the last couple of days, so the car does feel very, very tight indeed. Whether you're just driving up the road to us or from much further afield, I think you'll be very impressed by it.